All right, everyone, welcome to this week's team call. Thank you guys for being here. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday and there's this scheduling with that is kind of crazy. So thank you guys for taking time out of your afternoon to be here. That means a lot. I've got some really awesome content that I came across, like this message, and it spoke to me, because how often do we limit ourselves? Like sometimes when it comes to reaching goals in whatever aspect of life, whether it's coaching, your career, your relationship goals, like all that kind of stuff, we sometimes make ourselves smaller, or we have these self-limiting thoughts, actions, beliefs that prevent us from reaching those goals. So when I saw this, I was like, I'm gonna preach to some people, and this isn't gonna be a fluffy glitter and unicorns type of team call. Like this is gonna be a eye-opening wake-up call. Like I'm gonna call you out, and you need to call yourself out and recognize if any of these resonate with you. Now I have, I believe, just like 8 things that are stopping you from dreaming bigger. And that's not to say all 8 are going to apply to you, but maybe some of them do. And I want you to really kind of take note of the ones that hit home for you. So I'm now going to share my screen and present this to you. So reasons that you don't dream bigger. So obviously we know, like, the whole concept of getting out of our comfort zone. That's where growth happens. That's where the magic happens. And in order to get more of what we want, we have to start doing the uncomfortable things, the hard things, the things that are not routine and your day-to-day, like, I know what's going to happen, so I'm going to do that. You are the only person that can decide if you're going to change something. Sally Jones can't make that decision for you. Us as coaches, we can't make that decision for our boot campers. We can help them, but they're the ones that are doing the work. With our own health journey, Sammy isn't going to press play for me. I'm not going to press play for Cheryl. I'm not going to go, across the country and go grab the remote and pull up BOD on your TV. No, not going to happen. You have to be the one to do it. I'm also not going to fill out your business activity tracker for you. I can hold you accountable and ask you if you're doing the things, but are you actually showing up and doing that? So the first kind of thing that's stopping you from dreaming bigger is just fear and anxiety. So we get in our heads and we get a lot of like the what if. So when you worry about the possible outcomes, you get overwhelmed and you just like, nope, screw it. Because what if when you take your what if scenarios in your head and switch it around to not, what if this happens? What if they say no? What if I don't hit diamond in this time frame? What if I don't earn this much money a month? Doing nothing guarantees that you are not going to do any of those things. So it's, I would rather fail and learn than have not tried at all. So it's fear and anxiety is a real thing. I'm not going to discount that, but you cannot let your fear stop you from trying new things or leveling up. And in fear of the unknown, I totally get it. That's where the discomfort happens. So digging into that discomfort is where big things happen. Self-doubt is another really big thing. And I feel like with women, we really struggle with this just in general, just because of society. We like to put ourselves in a little box, and we're kind of told, maybe growing up and in various aspects of our life, that our dreams, like, we can't dream big, or we're capped at a certain potential. But if you don't believe in yourself that you are capable of something, no one else is going to believe it either. It comes down to you believing in yourself. And you have to be willing to try, and you have to be willing to fail. With coaching, with being an OT, I have learned so much and grown so much because I've failed. And I think that's supposed to say failing, not dialing. That's awkward. Well, you guys know what I mean. But kind of going back to the other point is, like, if you're not doing anything, you're guaranteeing failure right there. So why not just get over ourselves, recognize that our true potential is deep within ourselves, and we just need to try. So self-doubt, do not let that consume you and stop you from whatever you want to achieve. Judgment. This is a big one as a coach, and this is one of the biggest reasons why people are fearful of posting on social media. Well, what if so-and-so follows me? What if they think I'm annoying? What if... Yeah. Louder for the people in the back. Okay. So, but we let okay, I'm closing the door because that's just obnoxious. Sorry guys, hashtag Florida life. But you cannot let what other people could potentially think or what they just might say about you stop you from doing whatever. When I was in grad school, you know how like some of my good friends mocked me. Like I'll never forget, we were at a pool party and they were like, oh, Courtney's core fitness and a bathing suit, blah, blah, and they like kept mocking me. And I so badly was like, oh my gosh, like, is what I do as a coach, like, do they think of me differently? Like, whatever. And then I was like, no, I'm the one that's making healthier choices for myself. I'm the one that's actually supplementing my income because our OT salaries aren't paying the bills. And I'm the one that's in a hell of a lot better shape than half of you guys. So, and I'm healthier. I'm not taking sick days. I'm not whatever. So-and-so's thoughts and words, they don't serve you. No one asked you, Karen. Like, I don't give a shit. And that kind of mindset, like, just stop giving a shit. It's easier said than done. But when we remove that fear of judgment, we are unstoppable. Like when you just dive into life head first with your blinders on and ignoring anyone who just might possibly not agree with you, there's no stopping you because you are just going to trail, like you're going to blast through it and not have, like, you're going to be like, what's that phrase where it's like, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you type of thing. Like, hello, it's applicable in the adult world too. So be that rubber, and all those haters are glue, and the shit that they say is a direct reflection of themselves because it goes right back to them. So how about that? Poor habits. What action steps are we taking to reach our goals and our dreams? You want to be a coach full time? Are you doing the damn thing to do that? Do you want to lose 10 pounds? Are you following your meal plan? Are you having your Shakeology every day? Are you committed to a workout program? Are you putting in the effort with your workouts? Or are you just having a little bit of the treats here and every day and it builds up, and next thing you know, it's like, oh, I've actually been overeating and these little things that I'm just not adding to my tracker because they're insignificant. It adds up. And I've got a whole nother preach about that. I was listening to a sermon that was kind of talking about that, and I even wrote out a post. And anyways, so are your habits, like, are you incorporating negative habits that are actually limiting you from reaching your goals or progressing in X, Y, and Z? You have to have a gut check of what am I doing every day? Like, hello, that is what Team Impact stands for. Like, I must push and conquer today. What are you doing today that makes you better than you were yesterday and is going to propel you to be better tomorrow? That in itself is like a reality check. You have to acknowledge, like, that's why using the business activity tracker, like, I'm committed to following that in February because I need a gut check myself of what are the things that I actually am and am not doing that's putting me in a stuck season. And I can guarantee there's going to be a lot of things where it's like, for the first time ever, I wrote down every single invite and my follow-ups and all that stuff. And you know how many more conversations I've had this week in the last 3 months? You have to do a gut check on your actions. So be aware of what you're doing and is it serving you? Scrolling TikTok, it doesn't serve me. And yes, most times I have to delete it about once a day. I end up re-downloading it the next day, but I delete it because I recognize it's a black hole. And I spent 2 hours in bed scrolling this morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay. First step is acknowledgement. Conditioning. So I don't know how many of you guys have psych backgrounds or any type of psychology education, but it's that concept of how certain events or behaviors kind of pave the way for future behaviors. So maybe someone treated you really badly as a kid. Like I know I got bullied really bad in middle school and in high school. And when I was in high school, I'll never forget, every single day, people would literally tell me, you know, we'd be sitting at the lunch table and I'm trying to engage in conversation with other people. And they'd be like, yeah, Courtney, no one asked you. Like people would literally say that to me. And so now as an adult, I still battle that idea that what I have to say isn't worthy, or that what I have to say isn't important. And because of coaching, it gave me a voice to share my story and to know that my words are significant, and what we do has significance for other people. With maybe you were bullied for your size as a kid, or someone told me, I was also told in middle school that the reason I had knee problems because my body was so fat that my knees couldn't hold my body up on top of it. So I grew up thinking that I had something wrong with me and I couldn't be strong and healthy because I was just destined to be overweight and I was going to have ailments. Here's the truth bomb, you guys. We can rewrite that story. What happened to us in the past, what happened to us as kids, whether it was a traumatic event or just kids being assholes and bullying, because that unfortunately hasn't gotten better over the years. If anything, it's gotten worse. It's that, you know what? People were real assholes to me, but look at me now. Don't think of it as, oh, that made me who I was. It's part of who I was at that time, but it also has created me to be who I am today. So what happened, something happened to you and you maybe have self-limiting beliefs that you can't achieve X, Y, and Z because of that conditioned mindset, because someone told you couldn't do something, or that you weren't worthy of it, or you're just supposed to settle for a average, maybe slightly above average life. No, you have an opportunity that allows you to live above average, to lead a healthier lifestyle, and to have an income that you can control. I always tell people, as an OT, I don't have room to grow as far as like, I get my annual raise if I qualify for it, but I don't get to climb a ladder. I don't get to promote myself. I don't get to control my income. With coaching, you literally have the control to make a lot of money when you tell yourself that you can do something and you put the action in it. So rewrite that story. Eliminate the negative, toxic mindsets that we had because of our past, and rewrite it to, I am worthy, I am capable, I am doing the damn thing, and I have control of my future no matter what anyone else says. So really kind of channel that. Scarcity mindset. How many of us tend to do things because we're scared of not having enough, or we seek abundance in things because we're scared of just like not, like an example is when I pack lunches, I'll oftentimes pack extra food because I'm scared of not having enough food at lunch and being hungry and cranky at work. It's goofy, but it's like I will literally just have like multiple little blue containers of trail mix in my backpack at work because I'm like, what if I get hungry? It's that scarcity mindset. And maybe you feel like that with coaching or with whatever, and you feel like you don't have enough guidance or tools or support. Like, hi, I'm Courtney. I'm probably one of your coaches. There's Sammy. She's probably your coach. Nice to meet you. We're here to support you and guide you, give you the tools, give you the guidance, give you the kick in the ass that you need to level up. Because when we fixate on this idea that there's just never going to be enough, you're not allowing yourself to accept more. you're only taking enough to just get by. But you have to be willing to embrace abundance in a way that you allow yourself to grow and you don't fixate on not having enough. Because you know what? When you do dream big and you take the action to reach those goals, the rest just kind of follows. You don't have to worry about not having enough. So if you feel that at all, you need to let your coach know. If you feel like you don't have, like you have this scarcity around the tools or support or any of that stuff to help you grow as a coach, or even just with your own health and fitness as like a challenger or whatever, we're here for you. And that's what we're here for. Complacency. If you decide, I'm good, game over. Dreams, goals, gone. You cannot become complacent. There is contentment, like I'm content with where I'm at in life. There's a difference between contentment and complacency. Complacency is just being okay with where you're at in terms of you don't have the drive to grow anywhere. And it's okay to be content in the current season that you're in and to enjoy where you're at in life, but still be hungry for more. And so if you've already decided, like, you know, where I'm at's good enough, whatever it may be with, you know, losing 10 pounds or whatever, then you're going to get stuck there and you're going to get frustrated and you're going to feel like you can't grow because you've just become okay with, well, this is just the cards that I've been dealt. Screw the cards, shuffle the deck, draw some new ones, or create a new deck. You have to create that new reality. You have to take action on that. So you're only stuck if you allow yourself. Like, grow up, do more, and be more, and you can get more. There's a nice reality check in that one as well, as we have to recognize, like, are we just settling for what we currently have because it's easy? No one said that building a business or being super healthy was going to be easy. It's simple. It's very simple. It's not complex. But you got to put in the work. So you cannot become complacent. And the last one is just direction and drive, because this, I feel, is like the home run of like the whole thing. You have to have goals and actually want to achieve them. You can't just set out for a goal or to have a dream and just not really actually want to do it. Like, you can't create goals just because someone else wants you to do it. You have to be the person that initiates that and wants and is hungry to reach those goals. You have to have that drive. But maybe you don't know where to start. And kind of going back to that whole my previous point about the guidance and stuff like that, like, again, go to your coach and ask for that direction. We are here to help direct you. And there's no better time to start than now. Like, it's probably better to start messy than to just not start at all. Like, I think about the people who jump in our boot camp that are in college, or they have a crazy life, but they're like, I don't care because I'm sick of where I'm at and I want to build a business, or I just want to feel better about myself. I just want to be healthy. And those are the people that literally could make me cry when I just see their journey, because they are so hungry for something better for themselves, and they are willing to do whatever it takes. If it's literally while their kid is watching Netflix, you know, they're having their screen time, like, they're like, okay, here's my window, I'm going to do this for me. Or while they're waiting in the pickup line to pick up their kids, like, that is when they are sending their invites. When I was a nanny and I would have to sit in the pickup line and pick up the kids from school, I would just sit, because, you know, you have to get there early because otherwise you're stuck at the end of the line. So, you know, you're sitting there for like 45 minutes, and I would just roll the windows down, have my phone out, and this was back in the day when I used Facebook to build my business. Funny how things change. But I would have my Facebook Messenger open, and I'd be sending voice memo invites to 30 people at a time. I kid you not. I didn't care. But I was like, here's my free time. I'm going to use it. So make sure that your drive and your hunger matches your goals and vice versa, that you are taking your energy and putting them towards the productive things to help you reach your goals and to dream the amazing life that you can build for yourself. I never thought I'd have my own apartment, but here I am. And it's because of coaching that I can afford this apartment and that I can afford to go out last night and pay for my own drinks and go treat myself to a new pair of pants when I want to. It's the little things. I'm not trying to live lavishly, but to have the goals and the opportunity to be able to do the things that are important to me, you know, there's value in that. So these are, I think that was the last one. Yes. So these are the, how do I stop sharing? Where's my thing? I'm missing it. I'd be curious, like which of these you guys kind of resonate with as far as like what speaks to you, because you have to recognize them and you have to like approach them, maybe like journal about them, like star the ones that spoke to you and be like, okay, how is this applying to me? What am I going to do to change that? How am I going to realign my mindset and my actions to dream big and to reach those goals? And if you do that, share it with your coach. I think open communication with that kind of stuff is the best thing you can do, because it's sometimes hard to help my coaches when I don't know exactly what they want. And so using this kind of list can maybe help fine tune, whatever, what you're looking for in whatever aspect of your life. And so that's all I got. Anyone have anything that, you know, maybe they want to share or spoke to them or they just want to make note of?
One thing that I thought of was really just like I was self-reflecting a lot as you were talking, and I think like one thing that has made a big difference for me, and just like the whole like getting out of your own way, and like your decisions and your actions need to match your goals. And so, you know, I was at the beginning of the year, of like beginning of January, end of December, I was thinking, okay, what can I do differently this year that will change this for me? Like will change coaching for me, will help me be able to do what I want to do with this and go where I want to go. And that's when I started waking up at 5 a.m. And Courtney, you know better than anyone on this team that that is not something that I would willingly ever do in my entire life. Like literally Joel Freeman was working out with us, and that was barely enough to even like get me out of bed, literally. And so I think like just that action of like, okay, like if I want to do this, this is what I have to do. And I have to put aside my, you know, like this is something I don't like, this is something I don't want to do, but this is what I have to do for myself and for my business. And when that drive is big enough, you will do it. You will do the things that are necessary to help you go where you want to go. And so I think like that's something that really was like, okay, like, yeah, like that was the whole purpose of why I started doing that. And January, you guys, for my team, I just calculated up our entire team, me and downline, added 15 coaches to our team this month, which is like freaking mind blowing. Like I can't even believe it, but it's like just those small actions resonate to the other people on your team, which then resonate to the other people on your team. And it shows, like the hard work shows and it trickles to other people.
Yeah. And that is so true. And that's a great example. Like it really is. The funny thing is I was, you know, scrolling Instagram today on the Explore page and Shailene Johnson popped up, and it's funny, this literally came up and I think it's really applicable. I don't know exactly, and this must be a quote from a book. It's not quoting Shailene, but it says, no one owes you anything. Your success and your failures are on your head and your head alone. Quit crying about what someone didn't do for you. Quit waiting for a handout. Did you think some fairy godmother or knight in shining armor was going to come save you? No one is coming. This is all on you. Grow up and get after it. And I was like, holy shit, that's so true. Like it's just that harsh reality of, I'm not going to build your business for you. I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to lead you along the way, but I can't send those invites for you. I can't post your stories for you. I can't create call to action posts for you. So tough love, but and that's like, this is like true coach speaking. Like, I'm not here to be your cheerleader right now. I'm here to coach you and guide you to do big things, because you are all capable of amazing things, and we all struggle with different things. Of those 8, of the 8, we probably resonate with different things. Not some of us maybe resonate with all 8. Some of us maybe resonate with like 5, so just take this tough love as like I've been in a tough love mood today. Like I'm writing out the post for our boot camp this week, and I'm just like, oh, they're gonna get it this week, and so be ready. But I was listening to sermons, like preaching to my soul. So just know that sometimes it's like, okay, like we gotta cut the shit and kind of just have like a gut check. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring to you guys, because it's still early in the year, and now is when we have to take the action. Like, we can't wait until October to be like, oh, I wanted to be a diamond this year. Whoops.
You guys, literally, that was me last year. And I was like, oh yeah, we'll just kind of like coast through, and like, and then it got to be like, I don't know, like September, October, and I was like, oh my God, like it's the end of the year. Like, I'm trying to get my shit together to like at least hit team leader. And by the time it was like that was happening, it was too late. So like, the better off you can start yourself off, the better off you can start yourself off. Does that make sense? Yeah, I guess maybe.
The earlier,
yeah. Not only the momentum you're gonna build, but also you won't be scrambling. And like, it's like the same thing when you procrastinate doing something that you don't want to do, like, or you are dragging your feet about doing it. It's the same idea. Like, the more you procrastinate, the harder it's going to be to play catch up at the end. And like, yes, it's possible, because nothing's impossible, but like, it's so much harder. And I mean, luckily, like, that was kind of the push into this year now, but now like we can start off this year and have an entire year of like, holy crap, like this is amazing. Like, let's keep building on this, instead of like in October being like, oh no, what am I going to do?
Exactly. Well, does anyone have anything else to add, or comments or questions? It's Team Cup month. So if you're on Team Cup, like, this is kind of like what we were just talking about. Like, there's a reason they put it in the beginning of the year, because you have to have the momentum now. You can't wait till the end of the year for that momentum, because that momentum now, you get to build on that. You get to, it's just these 4, well, I don't know, February is a short month. 4 weeks? Is it 4 weeks, 3 weeks? I don't know. 4 weeks of just like focus and friendly competition, and just like that extra kick. And it's like, oh, I can do that. I'll just do it again next month. I don't need a free 10 rounds tank top wave in front of my face to hit Success Club. Like, I'm just going to do it anyways, because, I want that. Actually, I want the Success Club prize. I'm like staring at my little suitcase. It's like right over there. I'm like keeping it out as a prop in my living room at this point. I'm like, I see you. I earned you. Yes. So that is everything that I've got, you guys. I appreciate you guys, like I said, taking time out of your afternoons before the Super Bowl to hop on this. It really does speak volumes, and we are appreciative. Are we taking a picture? Okay. But